Hi, this is Mike with Karcheckz. I'm here at this 2005 Toyota Camry. And it's got 190,605 miles. Alright, as I walk around this 2005 Toyota Camry, I'll point out some things I notice, and thanks for watching. Okay, I noticed this vehicle appears to be repainted at some point. And also we have a little bit of blemish here on the side bumper. Looks like some deep scratches. And the headlight here has a little crack and a little bit foggy, but still looks good to use. I don't see any water in there. Could be a buff job, might look a little better. It's got some bugs here, could have been cleaned. Some chips in the grill, and some other little small chips from highway driving. Okay. And this headlight looks about like the other one. Same kind of condition, not bad. Still usable. Alright, this is the driver's front wheel and tire. Tire made in 23. Alright, so this tire's right about 3/32, and it doesn't have much life left, and the outside's kind of wearing more than the inside, so most likely this car probably needs a wheel alignment. Here's a look at the front brake pad. As I can see, it looks pretty thick. It has a lot of life. Somebody had changed those not too long ago. I can still see the rotor looks very nice. So a recent brake job. So that's one thing you don't have to worry about. And here's a little scratch on the mirror. It's got a couple little dings, you know, here in the door. And some other little dings, nothing real big. Some of those might actually PDR out, but here's a scratch. This one, that one's here to stay. Might be able to buff it a little bit. Alright, so here we go. This back tire looks like the same as the front, made in 23. Alright, so this tire is right about 6/32, and it's in a lot better condition. I think somebody forgot to rotate the tires, so I would recommend doing a rotation here in the near future. A couple other little dings and scratches, a little paint fade. You got a couple scratches here on the bumper. This tail light's cracked. Looks like you may want to replace it. That one looks good, but the lights are still working and everything. A little damage here. This is the passenger rear wheel and tire, made in 23, same brand. We're right about 6/32. Tire's in good condition. It has drum brakes in the back, so I can't really tell you what those are like without taking the wheel off. But we'll have to take it for a ride and see how it feels. And they had these little vents on the windows at one point that somebody took off, and it still has some of the sticky residue. That wouldn't be too hard to get off. Maybe like a plastic squeegee thing, a little cleaner. All right, here's the driver's front wheel and tire. Tire made in 20. All right, that one's the same as the other side. They're due for a rotation. And here we got the same thing here. This rotor looks pretty new. It's had front brakes recently, both sides. A little bit of faded there. A little faded on the roof. Vehicle's currently running, sounds good, no smoke. Alright, here I pop the hood. It's currently running. I'm noticing some yellow writing on top of the engine, which usually indicates it was been changed before. And there is a LAP that came from Lance Auto Parts. It looks like they had purchase ordered that motor in. So if you're looking to get some information about the miles or what it came out of, you could probably call Lance, give him that number and ask him to look it up. But this engine has been changed. Alright, the coolant reservoir is a little bit low. Steering looks fine. Brake fluid reservoir is good. Engine sounds good. No smoke. Alright, so here I performed a readiness test. And right here it's showing 1 incomplete. So somebody had cleared the codes. And it hasn't driven long enough for that cat to be ready. So the scan data could be... I'm gonna show you what the codes are, but I'm not seeing the cat complete, so it could need to be driven more, and then when that's satisfied green check mark, then I know the cat is okay. But right now I can't tell you because it hasn't completed that cycle. Alright, here's the OBD scan. Right here we're seeing that the speed sensors have a circuit code current, so none of the wheels have speed sensors in it. Yeah, so the aftermarket wheels, there's no speed sensors, so that's why it's there. And then the passenger seat airbag had a code, but it's in the history, so it's been satisfied. The only things that you need to really be worried about is the currents. And then all these other systems show to be okay. And that is as of right now. Here is the engine oil stick and what the condition is. The oil looks to be in full condition, you know, as far as the level goes, but it has been a little while since the oil's been changed. I would recommend changing that. And the cap's clean. And I can't see in there because there's a baffle. But from what I can see, it doesn't appear to have sludge from there. So the engine looks to be decent there. And there's the serpentine belt, and it's in good condition. I am smelling a little bit of coolant leak. I don't know where it's coming from, but this radiator looks to be original, and I'm smelling it from that area. Oh, there it is. It's leaking from the top corner. Right there's your leak. Alright, so we're going to do a battery test. This one's showing 650 cold cranking amps. And here we got a battery that's showing to be replaced, so it failed the test. You need a battery. It says a 2.4 liter. Alright, check the transmission fluid. And it is full. And the fluid is kind of a brown color. It's usually a pinkish. I don't know if this transmission's ever had a service, so in that case I would definitely recommend you to do that if you want it to last, especially these miles. So it's original fluid in there, original. I don't think it's been changed. If it has, it's been a while ago. Oh, here's the VIN number on the engine, I believe. Maybe, let's see if you can read that. All right, so here we're going to have a look underneath. Seeing a lot of oil here. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Let's see where it's coming from. All right, so looks like the power steering pump here has a really bad leak. I see a lot of residue coming out of there. I think it's where it's coming from, but so that's probably why all this is coming down. I think it's coming out of that pump. The axles look fine. Looks like it has the stock exhaust. Yeah, and there's the transmission drain plug. It hasn't been taken out ever, so that's why I was saying it never been serviced. Oh, there's your steering boot. Steering boot's blown open, so it needs a rack and pinion. And the underneath here looks pretty good. I don't really see any anything too bad as far as the rust. Just a little bit here in the back, but all these bolts look like they would come off without trouble. So if it was up north, it wasn't a long time. You see a little rust back here. Not too bad though. All this here is original. Alright, gonna test the fan speeds. The blower motor's making noise. It's out of balance. It probably sucked a bag up there or something. You'll need a blower motor. AC works. Try the heat. Heat works. All the fan selections are switching, but that motor's really loud. Alright. Horn works. The wiper blades are terrible. You need some. Get some blades real soon. Volume control works on the radio here. Seek and all them are fine. Alright, we're gonna see if the speakers are okay. Alright, so the back ones are blown, that's obvious. Alright, that actuator don't work. So this door doesn't unlock with the hour. All right, power outlet works. This is broke. Power outlet works. Whoops. This vehicle had aftermarket tint. Looks like they took it off. This window doesn't go up by the switch over here. So the master switch is defective. But it works to go down. Alright, we got those back windows working. Mirror works. Alright, I lifted the parking brake. It does not work very good, so the parking brake shoes are bad. Power seat works. All the seat belts here in the back work. Noticing a little plastic thing laying on the floor. And there's the back speakers that I was hearing make noise. It looks like that one's a broken cone. Oh, this door seals here are starting to go bad. Yeah, actually the lock latch is broken on this door. And a little trim here got broken off. And some stains here. Looks like it got wet. Something leaked in here. It got really wet. Looks like a possibly mold. Looks like some stains on the seat. Not too bad though. Seat's in pretty decent condition. Interior looks pretty good. Alright, gas door works. Trunk popper pops. Looks like it had a system back here. Got a little power wire hanging around. Looks like it has a spare. I don't see a jack though. It does not have one. Has a lug wrench, looks like, but no jack. Alright, so being for real here, it does not have a tag on it, so I'm not going to be able to take it out on the road as fast as I want to. And it does have a coolant leak, so I don't want to run it too long, but I will run it through this neighborhood right here and see how it goes. Alright, here we go on a test drive. I'm going to roll the windows down. We're going to take these speed bumps. See if we hear any abnormal noises. It rode pretty good over that. And it does shift pretty decent. There, first and second. And it has a little pep there. So the engine feels good. And the transmission shifts. First and second. The brakes feel good. All right, we're going to try the reverse. And that works too. And we'll do a sharp turn, see if we hear any clicking. No, that works good. All right, now we're going to try the other way. And that works good. So once you get that radiator fixed with that leak, I can take it out on a better road, but I definitely don't want to have a failure while it's on my possession. So that's as far as I'm willing to go. All right, I do have one key fob in my hand. And all the commands are functional. Let's check the key, make sure it fits the car. And it does. Both keys fit the car. Alright, so that concludes my inspection video on this Toyota Camry. Thanks for watching.